So this is the 6-year exit strategy for real estate agents, brokers, and teams created by yours truly, DB or David Bruce here in Los Angeles, California. And I'm not sure how you found us, but I'm glad you're here. So I'd like to present here for, say about 8 or 9 minutes, a video that explains what I've put together and what I believe is a rock solid exit strategy from real estate. So please get out a pen and a paper. This video is meant to be an exercise for you. We want you to do a little bit of math because your situation financially is different than mine or anybody else's. We like to use round numbers to illustrate a point. Your results will depend on your level of involvement. And please, when you see this image, write down what your numbers are so that you can calculate that at the end of the exercise. I've been buying and selling since the age of 8, just about everything under the sun. And I got into real estate back in 2010, was identified as a top producing agent, rising agent at Keller Santa Monica. And as of this 2017, about 5 years ago, I aligned with EXP Realty because I saw the technology that they had and the opportunity that they had that really provided for me from a bottom line standpoint and as well as a growth standpoint. I work primarily in Los Angeles with residential estate work, probate, and investors. And honestly, I've been trying to figure out how to retire most of my life. And by retire, I mean have enough money coming passively in that covers what I need and have a little extra too. We all need meaning in our lives by doing something that we're passionate about. And while I'm passionate about real estate, I also am passionate about a lot of other things. And I want to get to the point where money is not a force that keeps me from doing something. I want to pursue my passions. And right now, I'm on that path, and I'd like to share with you a path that might work for you as well. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is me trying to put together a plan for myself and to share it with other people, so perhaps they will join me on this path and see what it could actually do for them. Anything worthwhile takes time and needs to be fed on a consistent basis, and I believe that anyone who actively sells real estate for a living can implement this very simple strategy by already doing what they're doing and supplement your income. So do real estate agents and brokers ever really retire? The joke is, as you probably know, no, they become listless. We're independent contractors. We don't have employers that support our 401ks, our retirement plans. So it's up to us to get a plan together to take care of us and our loved ones for the rest of our lives. According to the National Association of Realtors, the typical realtor is a 53-year-old white female homeowner with some college education, and 62% of all realtors are female, and the median age of all realtors is 58. What does that tell us? It tells us that the median age, they're about ready to retire from in a traditional sense, right? So most agents work for the rest of their lives to just keep paying the bills. And sometimes our incomes are erratic due to market fluctuations, illnesses, personal things going on. So I believe what we need is a plan to actually realize retirement. So what is that plan? Here's what we're going to talk about: your income and your savings. Brokerage comparison. So you can look at it very simply at a calculator and compare your brokerage with the model we're about to show you and see what the bottom line is and how much extra money you can be putting in your pocket. We're going to introduce you to the passive revenue share, truly a passive income program. Also shareholding and stock growth, which we're going to go into that in detail as well. We want to see you protect your nest egg. Once you have some money put aside, we want to make sure that you realize and see different plans that you can implement to make sure you're protecting that. And then finally, we're going to put it all together at the end of the presentation. So let's just start real simple. Income and savings. We know that there's 2 ways to make money or make more money: increase your revenue and or reduce your cost. So let's just say, round numbers, you make $100,000 a year and you're able to save 10%. So that's $10,000 a year. If you do that for the next 6 years, that's $60K. Are you going to be able to live on that? Seriously, I doubt it. Not unless you're living in a third world country on the beach that has an extremely attractive cost of living. So what's your savings goal? Write it down. How much money would you realistically like to save in the next 6 years? Please, take out a pen, write it down. Next, what are your expenses? How can we reduce your costs? Simple 4th grade math tells us that if you want to reduce your costs, your income goes up. It's just simple math. Add up all the things you spend annually on being a realtor. Write down this number. Make sure you include website hosting, lead generation sources, e-fax costs, business cards, educational costs. Pause the video, look up and do some research, and then come back to the video once you've gotten that number. If you already know the number out of your head, write it down and we'll move on. Secondly, how do we increase your income? It's the number one way for you to meet your financial goals. Where would you like your income to be? We would all like to make more money. You know how much money you make a year. And of course, like most people, you want to be able to make more. Question is, does your broker give you tools that minimize your costs while also giving you access to more leads? What if your broker gave you a lead generation website that generated 10 or more buyer and seller leads a day? What if they gave you tools and training and implemented things that helped you increase your income, thereby getting closer to your goals? We want you to look at part 2, which is some brokerage comparisons. So ask yourself, what does my brokerage do for me that can't be replaced elsewhere? I have a calculator that I'm going to show you here in a minute, or you can click, if you're able to click on the link, go to that link, pause the video, punch in your information and about what your brokerage breakdown is, if you're paying franchise fees, what other costs are associated with it. You will very simply be able to see how much more money you could be saving and putting into your own pocket instead of your broker's pocket. Please do the exercise, pause the video, write down that number, and come back to the video.